Hey gang, just wanted to give you guys a update on the Proton Pack project. I'm sorry it's been so long. I've had a lot of stuff going on with my work and personal life, so I haven't had too much time in the basement to sit and work. But tonight I did have a small amount of time. I did some more sanding of some parts, and I had a very little bit of primer, a very small amount of primer that I sourced from 2 cans after I sanded just to see where I was. I want to bring this up to everybody as far as like painting goes. Priming is so important, not just because the paint sticks to it. I think that when you see something in gray or in this color here, you're seeing all the imperfections that you missed. And we had so many imperfections going on with this pack and these pieces that I'm working on. I think it's really important. So, of course, I'm going to sand this and prime it again, and sand it and prime it again to see if what pieces I'm missing as far as the imperfections go. But I'm pretty pumped. Just going through, and I just primed these. I mean, if you look at this, yeah, you can still see the print marks. There's a piece there I really have to do some detailing with. This piece I spent the end filter, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Remy Pepito, I think I'm saying it right. Trying to help me out with the pieces, with the piece names. So I'm trying to get them right. I do have to sand the inside of those holes, make sure they look better. But I mean, on the whole, I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close. Sand this down. Find out if we need the Bondo. Remy, again, thanks again. The booster frame is looking pretty good. We have some digging out in these edges here that I'm playing with the screwdriver to try to figure out, but we're seeing I sanded the hell out of this thing and I'm still finding issues. So again, priming really pops it out. Like you can see, it gives you shadow, it gives you dimension. It's pretty important. Ion arm, biggest thing that popped out is this piece is not attached. So we're gonna have to super glue that thing down. And forgive any fingerprints or anything you see. I literally just primer these, but everything's gonna be sanded down. So this needs to be glued and clamped. But we're getting close. I mean, I'm trying to point with my pinky finger, but there you're looking at where the where is it? Dang it! It's where a knob goes, and I just had it, so I was getting ready. Oh, here it is. This is where that knob goes. So I talked to my 3D printing putty. Again, I'm on vacation technically, so I had a couple beers. I'm sorry. 3D printing buddies, and I'm thinking of having this redone because this, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can make this look legitimate without like a sandblaster. There were so many hairs in there. I actually hit with a lighter and cleaned it up pretty well, but we'll chop off that bridge when we get to it. The you can see the Remy. These were not illustrated as far as the name goes for what these are, but they're getting there. They're looking pretty solid. I got some drips down here that I missed. There's some sand. There's print lines down here. I gotta wonder like dimensionally, and this is where one of the brass knobs would be. So I'm not too stressed about that. I'm actually have to sand that down to the print to get a solid contact because I'm not going to be able to bolt anything there. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to glue that on there. But we're getting there. We're getting there. How much depth? How much am I trying to do here? So then we have this piece. I think this is the one. One of these. I had such little primer, and I was outside, and one of them just, I was holding them from their base like this, and I was just trying to give it a shot before I put them down on this metal chair that I always paint on, because it rusts easily. So I figure how much paint and primer I put on it, no one cares about it but me. But you know, it'll constantly, it'll live forever. It'll live longer than me for sure. But one just flew out and hit a bunch of pine needles and all that kind of shit. Here we have, and Remy, I don't think this was on the list, man, but this is, I believe, called the shock mount. And this is printed in a beautiful material, but the top is, let's see if I focus that. So focus, there it is. Not great. So I taped it off, and I am going to continue to primer this. And if that doesn't take, then I'm going to start the Bondo. But with all of this depth, it's going to be a drag if I have the Bondo it. This is basically sculpting at that point. One cool thing when you're doing something that's you know cylindrical, a little tip that I have for you is take one of your drill bits that kind of fits the inside, because this is threaded, so we don't want to like butcher that. But put that in there, make it nice and snug, and then you can take this, and it's almost like a lathe, you know, and then you hold your sandpaper to the edges where you want to sand. So that's a little tip there. Another thing I'll tell you guys, the primer that I use is Rust-Oleum 2-in-1 filler and sandable. This stuff dries to the touch in like 10 minutes. Give it 3-4 hours and you're sanding, in my opinion, and in my climate. And it's humid here in the summertime. I think I've said it a few times. So, Remy, this is the ion arm. I want to make sure I say that for you. We're getting there. We're getting there. And I'm sorry I haven't been online. I'm sorry I haven't been doing more work. But you're going to see this thing ramping up and ramping up and ramping up. And I appreciate everybody watching. If you have any questions or comments, suggestions, I want suggestions. You know, if you guys are doing something like this at home, if you're building something. I mean, we have this giant mammoth that we have to attack soon. We'll get there. I'm pretty confident Matt, who's doing the electronics, recommended this for the cyclotron. I might do this for the cyclotron, tape off the end filter, and do that in a like a satin finish, and I'm thinking most of the actual body is going to be in the satin finish. So I truly appreciate everybody watching. I'll keep you guys updated updated as best as I can as things go through. Again, technically I'm on vacation, so you probably saw the Heineken there. But I appreciate everybody watching, and I hope this is helping someone somewhere. And if not, please help me. You know, let's do this together. This is a big project. Thanks, everyone. Take care.